Hey everybody, IronObie, and I'm back here just to check out the new Beyond Light story trailer and kind of maybe to speculate a little bit about what's going to be happening in this story trailer. I'm just going to go through it real quick. Actually, I'm just going to let the whole trailer play out, and then I'm going to rewind and kind of give a step-by-step what I think is going to go on, and maybe who we can and who we can't trust. We'll see. So let's go ahead.
Chains! For centuries we have been bound by them. We have become pawns of our own devices. No longer!
Darkness walks among us. We are all in great danger. My kind must survive. Please, send help.
Where is the signal coming from?
Here, Europa.
Wait!
Old friend, these powers, they are changing you.
Aramis's presence on Europa is not happenstance. Obsession propelled her here.
Our enemies stand no chance against this power. The great machine will finally know our pain!
So, going back through this trailer, there are a couple key things to note. Here, I want to say this right off the get-go. I think this has been the most in-depth look when it comes to any fallen anything. Generally, when we fight them, they don't usually have dialogue. We don't understand them. They generally don't speak. They definitely don't speak to masses. So, like, Skolas is a great example of an enemy that everyone's like, yeah, Skolas, remember him? But he didn't say anything. We really didn't know what he was. You just knew that we were told that he was bad by outside parties. So, like, Petra go like, oh, yeah, he's dangerous. Queen's like, oh, yeah, he's dangerous. But we never really felt that danger, especially since you take him out in, like, 3 missions. But he never, like, spoke. And it never felt like he never, like, evolved that character. Feels like he could have. But, again, they've never done that before. So I'll give Bungie props this. They're giving the enemies, much like Gaul in a way, at least the Fallen in this case, more character, because as it's gone, the Fallen have had had much character at all, if anything. It's really been nothing, but she seems to want to, like, you know, she wants to stoke her men, and it seems like this is actually going to be a villain that's going to weirdly monologue. Now, she says, I was noticing this too, she says, we're going to not need, it's like, we can show the Traveler that we don't need it. This is going to be the 3rd time in a row that we as Guardians have taken down, because of course we're going to win, have taken down a Eliksni Fallen person who is trying to get their people from using Ether or get new power for their people. First one was Skolas. Skolas was going to re-out the houses, and he was going to be this big force that was going to come in and re-get everybody to go back in. And we shut him down. So actually, it might even be 4 times, technically. Because I might not count... Skolas, maybe not so. But Wrath of the Machine raid. That whole thing was about... He was trying to get Siva for the Fallen so that the Fallen could be powerful again using Siva. We shut him down. The next one was the Scorn and Forsaken. A bunch of dead or dying Eliksni taking over the powers of corrupted ether so that they didn't need the regular ether anymore. And eventually, you know, you could still make this the case that the Barons are still out there because we can't really get rid of them. But we technically defeated them, and Aldrin. And here we are again for a 3rd time with yet another fallen hero, if you will, a fallen leader who is trying to harness some sort of external power that they will then use to try and either beat the Traveler, us, or no longer be dependent on ether. I'm not I don't dislike this because the story trailer has really got me going for this, but we've done this like 4 to 3 times already. Maybe there's something more in depth that I'm not seeing, but I really hope I hope it's just not this, because I don't know if we can take the Fallen. You keep getting back up, we keep pushing them right back down, so that really stinks. But you know, maybe it'll be interesting. Maybe the new power will kind of make it more substantial and give it a more interesting twist. Clearly, she's using the power of the pyramids here to infuse her own followers to have their own abilities. So clearly these are going to be like captains because he's got 4 arms. They're going to use their own stasis abilities to make blockades or things like that, you know, to stop us. And obviously there's a pyramid on the planet. You can even see, actually, some of the, in the foreground, some of the, looks like Vex has started to terraform the planet, and they get going fast. So we know we're going to be fighting Vex, because again, next screenshot has us fighting what would appear to be a couple Vex. Yep, there they are, those new archetypes. And again, you see a lot of what looks like she has it almost looks like she has a group of barons that are going to kind of be helping her out, much like they had for Forsaken again. So she has like leadership, she has people. So this is clearly a character. He was in one of the shots. Obviously the captains will have powers. So it's a very similar storyline. I'm not against the storyline, we've seen it. We've seen it a lot. This guy is clearly somebody because he was in the main scene. So this is clearly somebody, and obviously they're harvesting powers. Variks, interestingly enough, I want to know, because he obviously goes to this station. He's obviously following the, and this is the thumbnail, he's following these Elixni to try and either convince them that this is wrong, or he's trying to give us, I mean, he's contacting someone. If he's contacting us, or he's looking for just anybody to come to Europa, there's something going on here. I'm trying to contact anybody. But he let out the people from the prison, which inevitably led to Kate's death. So I'm not really sure that we can still trust him, or even maybe the stranger. I just don't know what's going on. And that's probably one of the more interesting things, is that story-wise, this could be an interesting DLC pack. Like, this really could. And obviously he's gone to contact, but what is he doing? He's going to meet with the stranger, and they're going to hash something out? Or is she just watching him? She's kind of just like, you know, staying in the distance and kind of seeing what he is. Maybe she's just kind of observing. But anyway, that's just something interesting I found. I don't know if we can trust Variks. He did at one point want to take over control of he'd be the new Kel of Kels, but this one other Kel, the main Kel, seems to have gotten in the way and has started to, you know, maybe that they've assumed control. Get a little bit of voice dialogue, so we get some more voice from our Guardian, which is very rare. The last time we did it was Forsaken. I don't think we got any voice dialogue. We got some voice dialogue in Shadowkeep. She's obviously punishing her own men, and then she like gets one of the captains. Weirdly enough, almost like sacrificial. She freezes him with the stasis, but then it cuts to another scene where it looks like either her or another captain. It looks like it's her. It is her. She freezes her own arm and then breaks it, or breaks it off. Like look, I can freeze my own arm and my arm is still good. Like, you know, it's nothing big deal. Also, I'm a big fan of fur armor. I love everything that's going on with these Elixni right now. That looks so cool. It's just a really top-notch aesthetic, Bungie. Top-notch. Looking forward to the armors. Again, there's fighting of large captains. A lot of stasis getting thrown. She looks like she has a command center. And we, of course, are going to have the squad that's going to come in. And it's going to be the Drifter, Erismorn, and the Stranger. So we'll see where this goes. Story-wise, this has gotten me pumped. Again, I feel like we don't know anything, and it's still like 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks away. So we still have a little bit of a while to wait, and that sucks. But I think story-wise, this could be wildly interesting. However, also story-wise, it is something we've already done before. So hopefully Bungie, even though it's something we've done, Bungie puts a new twist on it. But anyway, guys, that's the video. It was an interesting story trailer. It's got me more pumped than I thought it would. So hopefully it delivers. Hopefully Bungie gives us an interesting twist on it and makes it worth going through, putting down the Fallen yet again. Anyway, guys, I've been IronObie. I'll see you guys in orbit.